Hi everybody. We wanted to create a video that would show our journey from Miami to Vlore, Albania. And a lot of people have said, Judy, Jim, why Albania? Well, for one thing, it's a beautiful country. Second thing, we've read how safe a country it is. And lastly, U.S. citizens can stay here for a year visa-free. Check out this view from our apartment. Isn't that incredible? Well, it all started when we sold our car in Fort Lauderdale, and then we headed to Miami and we got on what's called a repositioning cruise. A repositioning cruise is a one-way cruise, and it's often cheaper, and it still goes to a lot of different port of calls, and you still get all the amenities, but it's just one way. And for us, it turned out to be like $100 total for the two of us. Where can you stay in the US at a hotel for $100 a day? And that includes all your food, your transportation. Now, we did accept the gratuity charge that cruise lines tack on at the end. You could go ahead and refuse it, but those crew members work so hard. So that broke the total up for the two of us to $127 a day. Isn't that awesome? Here we are saying goodbye to the USA, and check out our cabin. Okay, we used to live in a van, and some people would think that this interior stateroom was small, but for us it was plenty big, having come from the van. And this was actually huge compared to how we lived for 4.5 years. And the bathroom was great, and we felt very comfortable there. We do snore, and Jim's a tosser and a turner, so we did opt for the 2 single beds. So we only brought 2 backpacks and 1 carry-on roller bag, and we didn't have room for any nice clothes, so we opted to eat in the buffet every night. But when everyone was in the main dining room, look, we had this whole area to ourselves. And we really enjoyed the buffet. Now, these pictures don't do it any justice, because we would just pile the food on our plates, and it's not presented in a nice way, but it was delicious, and their pizza was good. Look at these healthy options too for breakfast: salmon and quinoa, all kinds of salads. And what we really liked was their pizza, because it's an Italian cruise ship, and their pizza was awesome. And after we stuffed ourselves, we could always work out in the gym. The cruise ship was the MSC Seaside, and it was a little too flashy and glitzy for our taste. And we're not really cruising people, but this was such an affordable way to travel to Europe. There's Jim's favorite singer, Flavio. And look at the different port of calls we went to. There was St. Martin and St. John's. We didn't really like St. John's as much as the other ports. Barbados was beautiful, and our favorite port of call was Funchal, Portugal. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the sunset over the islands there was magnificent. So we're really not big city people, but surprisingly, we really enjoyed Lisbon. What a beautiful place. And that morning it had rained, but then the sun came out, and it was really a spectacular day. So the day after we left Lisbon, we went through the Strait of Gibraltar, and that was very neat because you could see the continent of Africa on one side, and you could see Europe on the other. We enjoyed Valencia, as well as Palma, Spain, and this cathedral was incredible. And we enjoyed Palermo, but our least favorite place was where we had to get off the cruise, and that was Naples, Italy. What a crazy place. But we did enjoy their pizza and their gelato was unbelievably good. So we left Naples by way of a Flixbus, and we enjoyed the ride. It was $40-something for the two of us, and we headed to Brindisi, Italy. We did end up having to pay an extra $21 for our third suitcase. Brindisi was beautiful. We wish we could have stayed longer, but we took a Starline's overnight ferry to Vlore, and we paid extra because we did go ahead and reserve a cabin since it was an overnight ferry. So the total for the overnight ferry, which was 7 hours long, plus the cabin, was $140. Oh, stay tuned. My favorite sunset video is coming next. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Safe travels.